You would be doing every man in the world, including yourself, a great honor and a great service if you can please stop letting women dictate your entire lives and what you can do just so that you can get some. Welcome to the video. We're talking about taking your power back. Please, for the love of God, man, take your power back. And what I really mean by take your power back is stop letting women push you around so much. Stop chasing women so much. Stop letting women dictate your life. Stop letting them decide where you're gonna go to school, you know, what jobs you're gonna work, where you're gonna live. Stop letting them decide when they're gonna have kids. Take back control of your life. And I do not imply anything sexist here. What I'm actually saying for people, I'm not saying women are better than men. I'm not saying men are better than men. I'm saying at least if you want to go on this whole thing that women are equal to men, then let's play this out. Let's make women actually equal to men. And what I really mean by that, men, is realize that you may not be, especially if you're just happen to click on this video, you may not be actually even viewing women as being equal to you. You may actually be subconsciously viewing you getting with a woman as being this woman being better than you, this woman being higher value than you, this woman being out of your league, and this woman may actually have nothing going for her. Like, you may be, it's possible that you're really a hugely successful man, you know, your friends like you, your family likes you, you have a good job, you have your own car, you have your own place to live, and this woman may actually have nothing going for her, but just because she looks good, you decide to convince yourself, oh, she's out of my league, oh, she's so worthy, and you put her up on this pedestal, not realizing that you putting up her on this pedestal is gonna do two potential things. Either A, you'll never get with her because she sees that you're treating her in a way like she's out of your league, when she's looking to date a man who she believes is like higher than her. She doesn't want to date a man who she believes is lesser than her, which is a entire argument for another video. The other thing you got to realize is if you get the woman despite doing it the wrong ways, is you're going to enter into a relationship where she completely controls the frame of the relationship. She has all the power in the relationship. She's going to dictate the rules. She's going to dictate the rewards. She's going to dictate the punishments. She's going to decide what you do. She's going to decide when you do it. You don't want to be in a relationship where the woman is dictating all the views and she has all the power. And again, I'm not trying to suggest anything sexist. I'm not trying to say that, I mean, bearing that maybe I want to have a sexist talk for a different video, but just for the sake of point of this video I'm trying to make here is I'm not trying to say you even need to have 100% of the power 100% of the time. I'm not saying that this woman needs to just be your slave. I'm not saying that she needs to do that, you need to have just full total control over her. She can still be her own person, her own individual, have her own wants and desires. But you got to understand are you in a balanced relationship at the very least? Are you at the very least in a relationship where the control of power goes back and forth between you and her? Are you at least in the very least in that? If you're not at the very least in that sort of relationship, then you gotta ask yourself, are you in a relationship where she really has all the control? And think about this, man. Think about this. Are you in a relationship where you have to ask your woman permission to go do anything at all? To go do the simplest things, to go do the smallest things, to go do the most mundane tasks that before you're with this woman you would do without even thinking about it. You know, it's like, it could be like, you know, just, yeah, I don't want to make it too personal, so I'll pull out a story from the book that I've been reading. There is a story of a man who he said he's very thankful for his wife, for having a wife that allows him to sometimes, I believe he said, watch hockey games. She allows him, listen to the words to this carefully, like, she allows him to sometimes watch hockey games. I believe he actually said sometimes in there. And then on top of that, it said in the guest's bedroom. So it wasn't even allowed, like, he's allowed free privilege to watch a hockey game, when he feels like it. No, he's submitting himself to a relationship where this woman has complete power over what he does, when he does it, and he's happy that he lets her sometimes have this tiny bit of freedom that she still limits to him, that he can't even watch it in the living room or in their bedroom. He has to go to the guest bedroom out of everyone's way, and kind of like he's hiding in a corner from her in the world, to almost like he like secretly watch his hockey game, like he can't even watch it in the living room. And it's like, again, I'm not trying to make this video sexist in any kind of way. I'm not trying to have that argument right now. I'm not trying to make a point for say that men are the better species or that women are the better species. The point is for men to take their power back and to stop letting women just have full, complete range and control over their relationship. Like, the reason a man will subject himself to something like this is because he has false beliefs in his mind. Believes that he won't be able to find someone else. Believes that he won't be able to find someone else better. Believes that this woman is the only one from him, has a one-itis syndrome, something along those lines. Believes that he's not worthy of more. Believes that maybe even just afraid to take control of the situation. He's afraid to lose her, afraid to be alone. Just all these like really just bad negative mindsets that are keeping you from taking back control of the relationship. Like, take a step back and like kind of get like take this to the next level. A lot of the ways that a woman takes control of a relationship is from withholding intimacy with you. Keep it a little bit PG for YouTube here, so maybe I should just say F it and just be like, oh, throw everything, just say whatever I want to say, how I really want to say it. But you know, I keep it a little PG here for YouTube's sake. That's one of the ways a woman will hold intimacy from you, and it's very easy to fall into that trap of okay, do what she says and then you get the intimacy. Do what she says and then you get the intimacy. But first, you're losing all your power. Second, you're giving her all the power of the relationship, which I actually am going to address as two separate points. Losing all your power is one thing, but giving her all the power in relationships is another thing, because she doesn't necessarily want all of the power in the relationship. She does not want to take on the role of having to be the man in the relationship, having to make all the decisions in the relationship. She does not want you to just give up all her power to her. It may work for some amount of time. Maybe if you're nice enough, maybe, and you're sad and pathetic enough, maybe she'll stay with you just out of convenience. Though it's very likely that if you give her too much power in the relationship, you give up too much of your soul, you give up too much of your personality, you give away your wants, your desires, yourself, so that you can stay with this woman, it's very possible and very likely that eventually you're going to regret it. You're going to wish maybe you never met this woman. You're going to wish you left her sooner, because what's going to happen is she's going to end up leaving you for someone else who did not just sacrifice everything they are so that they can be with a woman who actually stayed true to who they actually really are as a person. Take your power back, man. Have more belief in yourself. Have more confidence in yourself. Have more of a belief that if this relationship doesn't work out, you'll find someone else. If she wants to withhold intimacy for you to get her so that she can take power of the relationship, let her do it. So let her freaking do it. And I definitely at one at that point want to use a different word, which you guys can imagine what that is. Just let her do it. Let her hold out. Give her a week. Come on, be strong, man. Just give you a real serious tip right here. We'll give her a week. Let her try to hold out for a week. And if you hold strong, you don't come begging at her for intimacy, you don't come desperate, you don't come needy, you just sit back and you relax and you just, all right, it's okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. And you just stay true to yourselves. Know deep in your soul, in your heart, that that's gonna start to mess with her mind. You're not overtly saying you don't need her. You're covertly saying you don't need her. And then the shift in power is going to start to come back. First, because you're taking away her power from her. Because that's how she's going to have power over you, is she's going to say, you do this, you get this. You do this, you get this. That's going to be how she takes power over you. So first, you need to recognize that. Second, you need to recognize that once you take that away from her, A, she's losing power, you're gaining power, but B, she's going to start to wonder, why is this guy not so desperate and needy for my attention, for my intimacy? And it's gonna make her get into some competitive anxiety. I feel like I'm kind of quoting directly, a little bit more directly from the book, but you know, honestly, I really do believe a lot of the things in this book really do make a lot of sense, especially after you've experienced it yourself, the rational male. But it's gonna get her to be in more of competitive anxiety. It's gonna get her imagining different situations, and then it might give you a complete flip of the script around, where she's going to start to perhaps give you back that intimacy because she's worried that you might be getting it for someone else. She's going to start to think that maybe you do actually have other options if you can hold true to holding out. And honestly, like I said, just to reiterate that, it's not like you're holding out and you're like, damn it, I wish I could just go do it though. I wish I could just give up. Like, no, man, like, come on, just for once in your life, in your recent time, just be a real man. Just be confident in yourself. Just believe you don't need this woman. Believe that you can find someone better, especially if you know there's problems in your relationship. You know that you can find a better relationship. On some extra tips here for men, if you are in a troubled relationship you're trying to fix, start trying to repair it slowly. You know, this is a very extreme example of taking the power all back all at once, though in smaller steps you can start to make smaller changes to your character that develop over time. In a woman's perspective, her view of you is going to be based off of her view of you over the lifetime that she's known you, though it does weigh heavily to how you are in the present day. So in terms of trying to take power in their back in the relationship, don't worry about having to do it all at once. If you have to, baby step it over a period of time to slowly start changing the dynamics of the relationship. Try taking a week off from giving into her and just being a man who doesn't need her, and see how just see how she's going to react and respond to that. And make sure you don't give in. She might come begging, she might come crying, she might come screaming, she might come demanding. Don't give in to it. Deserve her behavior. Learn what kind of a person she really is. Remember that you can get someone better than her. And on another tip on taking power back, for those of you who have exited a relationship perhaps you were in and you want to rebuild a new relationship, remember that the way you enter the relationship is very key for how the relationship's defined. Like, again, you can try to take slowly steps to take your power back, though it's much more easier to enter a relationship from the perspective of you have your power, and it's much more easier to keep it. And don't fall into this trap, the worst and the biggest trap of them all for men who come and watch videos just like this one and they read books just like this one. This book will actually talk about it, and I'm not just saying it just because it's in this book. This book is definitely making me think about it, but it's just, I've really seen this, a lot of the things this book says, like, so many times over in my life, just proven to be true. And it's the idea that lots of times men will actually still enter in a relationship in the correct manner, where they will present the right mannerisms, behavior, instincts, maybe take better care of themselves, like they're working out more. Though once they enter the relationship, they sink back into old negative beta mindsets, for lack of a better term. Because I don't even want to use that term beta mindset at the moment, because it feels like such a negative label. I just for another term is they want to enter back into their comfort zone. They think that all they need to do is act a certain way long enough to get into a relationship, and once they have this woman locked down, oh yeah, They think once they have the woman locked down, that all of a sudden that they can just relax and revert back to their old ways, and that's all they need to do is get the woman locked down, perhaps married, even married with kids, and think that that means it's over. Now they don't need to try anymore, and that's just not the way the world works. That's not the way women think. You have to constantly retain your frame and your power in the relationship. You have to constantly, perhaps even if you really, something I would recommend is to get a book. Don't even have to be this one. I like this one, but you get a book like it, read some of it every single day. It could be another book, but it's just something to remind you that to keep your frame, keep your power, keep your perspectives, but to always keep like bettering yourself, always keep improving yourself. Because if you let yourself slide into comfort zones, familiarity, getting lazy, getting too comfortable, thinking that she'll never leave you, it's the moment you get too comfortable, she's going to take her power back. She's going to take all of the power in the relationship, and either you're going to be stuck in a miserable relationship, or she's just going to leave you for someone else who did not just give her all her power. So yeah, it's like I said, it's been a lot of my experiences recently that all those things in this book are true. This has definitely been our world shifted on taking your power back as men, and not only taking your power back as men, but keeping your power. Don't give it away again. You need to take it, you need to keep it, and you need to never give it up. You need to hold your ground. If the woman is starting to take too much power in the relationship, you already know now how she's doing it, and you know now how to stop her from doing it. She's gonna say you do this and you get this. It's a trap, it's a trick. She's gonna, if you fall for this trick, she's gonna strip you away from all of your humanity, and it's only gonna end with misery. This has been a message from Our World Shifted. Thank you for watching. Grow strong, stay strong, and don't let yourself slip back into old comfortable mindsets, bad habits. Keep yourself moving forward in life. Take your power and back, keep your power. Don't ever give it away. Don't ever let yourself get too comfortable in a relationship. It's the moment where you let yourself get too comfortable in a relationship and you think everything's good, it's gonna fall apart. And if just give you further clarification about that, actually I feel like, yeah, I do have something, is women will never love you the way you expect them to love you. They're never going to love you unconditionally. They're never going to love you unconditionally. They're never going to have this love for you that you wish you had, that's similar to perhaps the way your mother showed you love and affection. It's always going to be based off of opportunity, off of perhaps even a more rational sense than the way men base their love for a woman. You're not going to get to a point where you find the woman who just loves you for you. And this is probably the hardest part of this video to listen to, is you're not going to get to a point where you find the woman who just loves you for you and will just stay with you for you. It's not happening. She's going to be with you because you were the best option for her, because you proved yourself to be the best option for her. And if you want to keep her around, you need to constantly be proving to her that you're the best option for her. And, you know, don't just focus on one area. You should definitely build your finances, build yourself businesses, move up in your career path, things of that sort. Though I feel like those are the more obvious things. Don't forget the less obvious things like working out, exercising, eating right, keeping yourself in better shape, you know, reading educational books, developing your mind and your personality, you know, developing your character. Don't forget that there's a lot of ways that you can approach saying this, especially another way that's really, really effective and that I find in a lot of experience is getting your emotions in check. Something that a lot of people probably will not mention, but getting your emotions in check, keeping your emotions in check, not being as emotionally reactive to things in life, just really shows that you're a man who's more in control of yourself, more in control of his environment, more in control of the situation. And that's a very attractive quality to have. So remember to always keep improving yourself. Definitely want to have your finances together. But again, that's like the most obvious one. And don't forget, there's a lot of ways to approach this. All right, I'm definitely getting to a rambling point here. This has been Our World Shifted once again. This has been Our World Shifted. Stay strong, grow strong, become the most powerful, successful people that you can possibly become. Fulfill all of your possible, all of your, what's the word? Fulfill all of your possible potential, and never stop growing, never stop improving, never give up your power. Thank you for watching, and yeah, feel free to leave any questions or comments below. If you think you're gonna win her over by proving to her how nice and romantic you are, you're not going to. You need proof? Just open your eyes and look around at how many men are winning women over by proving how nice and romantic they are. Look at how many women you've won over by proving how nice and romantic you are. And look at how many men are winning a lot of women over by no means whatsoever trying to prove how nice and romantic they are. The only thing you're doing is making it more pleasable, more plausible for her to live in a reality where she has unrealistically high expectations, and just making the world the worst place for everybody.